Bang! It's day 4. Whew. Calculus test tomorrow. I studied for that pretty much all day. Yeah. Straight bare hours of just studying nonstop for that. I mean, it is a final. This is the one that counts the most, so put a bunch of time into that. It's currently 9:30ish, and I just want to make this video before I get too tired. I'm gonna finish off my night with like 2-3 more hours of studying, and then so I can be 100% ready for tomorrow. But I think I did around like at least 6 hours of studying a day, 5 hours so far. In terms of productivity, it was decent. I started off pretty hot, and later on the line, it kind of got like in my head a lot, and I was just not trying to learn some of the units that I had to relearn. Because when you're studying, it's easy to kind of study something you already know and just put the pen and the paper and write down and like answer the questions that you already know how to do. But when you're relearning things that are kind of challenging, that's kind of where the mental toughness and, being able to keep persevering, that's where that comes out. And today I kind of got distracted when it came to questions that were kind of hard that I didn't know how to do and that I had to relearn. But I decided to just step away from the paper and take a walk instead, which kind of allowed me to calm down and, recollect myself, take a deep breath. And, it was raining, but it was like a peaceful walk because it was still like 19 degrees. So it was a very peaceful walk. I didn't even have a plan of where I wanted to walk. I just went on a little walk, and it was honestly a good thing, to be honest, because coming back, I was able to sit down in my chair, stare at a wall for 10 minutes straight with no distractions, and get right back to work. I studied for like an hour and 30 there, hopped on a call with my friend, and then locked in again. And people say school is not important, and I agree for the most part. When it comes to making money, it's not super important. Like, you're never going to use calculus really in the real world, but that's not the main point or main skill that I'm getting out of school. The main skill that I'm getting out of school are these, little skills that you have to learn how to use in terms of getting the best grade. And that kind of compares to success in the real world. So people say school doesn't help with the real world and making money and becoming successful. It doesn't relate to that at all. But to be honest, I disagree for the most part, because I mean, it is true that you're not going to ever use biology or calculus in the real world in terms of when it comes to making money. And that is kind of true to a certain extent, but that's not the main point. People think that's the main point, and they're forgetting something. In order to get good grades, the things that you need to do is what is going to make you successful in the future. It's not, being able to understand and know calculus. It's about being able to put in the time when you don't feel like it, learning the topics, and when things get hard, not giving up and not quitting, and being able to persevere with that. And that's what kind of gets you that success in terms of grades. And those are the skills that translate to real life, not being smart in calculus. That doesn't really translate unless you're going to become like an engineer or something, like maybe like a scientist or something that actually does specialize in those areas of subjects. But personally, that's not what I'm, going to want to approach in the future. But it's those skills that are important. Today I didn't have much time at all actually for anything other than studies in school, which is the one negative of school. You don't get to put time into anything else. But it's okay, because once I'm done this and I head back home, the whole summer I'm going to be locked in, working. And it's going to be a grind, but I have specific goals set. Now I might talk about that in another video. But once I get done this year of school, I'm going all in, and I know I can achieve anything I want to achieve. So, and again, I'm going to use this channel to track that, and these daily talks are just one part of it. This channel isn't to blow up. This is just me keeping a good habit. Other than that, study-wise, I did really good. I was able to put in a lot of hours. I still got to learn a few topics and, stay focused, and that's a big skill I need to improve on if I do want to start up my own business one day, or, get a job even. That's a very important skill that I need to improve on, just being able to stay focused when things get hard and not getting distracted. Because with so many distractions in our current day, like our phones, just different distractions that we have around us, you being able to just block that out and focus on the task at hand is what I need to, even when it's hard, that's the thing that I need to focus on getting better at. Overall, good day. Happy with it. And yeah, thanks for tuning in if you did, and catch you in the next one. Look at this pole, bro.